You have ambition, competitiveness.
Yeah.
How was it in comedy? Because I think competitiveness is good and ambition's good. Like if you want, I don't know anybody who succeeded just like it was an accident.
Yeah, you know a couple people. It's weird when you meet them, but you're like, how did this happen?
Because they're hiding their ambition.
You might be right. Yeah,
I've met everyone. They're hiding their ambition. They're just smart enough to hide their fucking ambition.
That's a good point.
Do you mentioned a thing about an argument or a beef from years ago? Is that are you like a ruminator?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. It makes me feel good to just like anyone I had an issue with, like there's a specific guy that I have allowed myself one really nice old grudge. And sometimes I just think about how awesome it is that this motherfucker is embarrassingly trying to do like, you know, sketches to go viral. You know what I mean? And it's like, and we were like in the same scene and it's like, I'm selling out theaters and this like, sometimes I allow myself to be cruel to like, I've quarantined it to one guy who wronged me personally. You know what I mean? But I do take a perverse sense of, for whatever reason, I think everyone is delusional and maybe I just got lucky, but it feels good to be like, I thought I was better than a lot of comics when I started with, or like people that were rude to me or people that didn't give me opportunities or bookers that didn't want to work with me. And I just get a fucked up amount of joy over how much better than them, how wrong they were about me and like how much joy. And it's like the spite is the most powerful fuel, but I don't think it burns like, you know, efficiently. You know what I mean? It's not solar. It ain't solar. It's fucking diesel.
You're dumb. Like it's one of those things like half it's not converted to actual energy. It's just fucking you just have a bunch of chemicals in you.
So I try not to do that. I try to just be like, shit's going good. Who gives a fuck? You know.
It's hard though, because it is hard. It's like so much of first of all, there's probably too many movies about showbiz or like too many like,
for sure.
And they told me and speeches and then, but like if somebody's shitty to you and then you happen to look on their website to see how their tickets are selling online.
Yeah, oh yeah. You happen to see, what's that seat map looking like?
Yeah, if you're hitting the zoom in on the seat map.
But I mean, I do think, and what's weird is that like, those are all old. Like those people, they're not even.
I had a thought the other day that ruminating is worrying about something that already happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're literally, it already happened, Neal. Why are you still going over this thing over and over and over again?
And it feels like a vestige of who you were. Cause like literally this is from when I was in DC or Baltimore. Like the people that I've actually been much better about. I am legitimately happy from all my friends. Like or even people that I'm not even that friendly with, but it's like, in general, I like when comics are succeeding because it just makes.
If the comedy's good, fucking God bless. It's fucking awesome.
It's great. But this is like, it's almost like, it's a form of immaturity because like, even people I have problems with from like my 30s and on, I don't have time. I don't feel like, fuck that guy. It's like, no, you're almost like grandfathered in. How I feel about you is like, what age were we when we had a disagreement? And it's like people I hated in my fucking early 20s, I want the worst for them. And then it's like, why? Who gives a fuck? Those people affect your life 0%. But it is fun every once in a while
to hit the seat map.
Hit the seat map.
And do you? So it's like, but otherwise, I mean, the thing that I saw somebody that showbiz feels like people, especially social media. It feels like people are succeeding at you.
Right.
And people are taking a vacation against you.
Yeah.
And it's you're just doing, no one's thinking about it. They're just doing their shit.
Yeah. And I guess more the ambition thing is like, don't let the need to succeed more in a vacuum or just in perpetuity. Don't let that ruin your life, right? Like don't just feed into, I have to make more money. I have to do everything. Like, stop. That's bad for you. Thinking that way is bad for you. And it's like, just don't give into like the naked capitalist thing of like, you got to make more money no matter what. Like how, like I love the Arizona iced tea guys that keep their shit 99
Yeah.
cents. It's like that motherfucker. You see
Well,
that clip
I'm sure
of that
you've had
guy?
the conversation about ticket prices.
Yes. Yeah.
Where I don't want to gouge
I
people
don't want my
that
shit
like
being
me.
$75 fucking dollars.
Yeah, if you like me, let's keep it under. Let's keep it under 45.
Yeah,
around,
with fees
around
and
50.
everything.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I don't. If you, I'd like to give these people in particular
Exactly.
a break. No one else.
No one else.
These are the only people I want to give a break to. But it is that thing of like, no, because scalpers and
love
the
that.
ticket, and you're like, you're just lying. By the way, Live Nation owns the scalpers. They are the scalpers.
I know.
So
I know.
So yeah, but it is hard to stand in the way and just go like, no, I don't want to fuck people.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, like
That's the whole point.
This is a good one. Isolation.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Well, I just think like it's really lonely. Like I don't know. I felt like
You tend to do it, or you don't like it, or you do like it.
I don't like
You don't like it,
it's
and you
easy
do
to
it?
slip into it, right? It's super easy to slip into it, and that goes hand in hand with just like head down, go to work, don't look around, like get some positive feedback from career accomplishments and shit that's very tangible.
Yeah.
Whereas like staying connected to family, seeing friends, being a human being, fucking going, taking a day off to fucking go to a museum and stroll around and just like go to the gym and have just none of that stuff. You don't get rewarded for that stuff. And I just feel like I felt very isolated. I felt like while I was working really hard and while I was on particularly the road, where it's like you don't live anywhere.
Certain roads are just not easy.
Yeah,
some roads is all right.
Yeah.
Some like city, good hotel,
sure.
nice infrastructure.
But even that, it was like halfway through the last tour, I was like, I'm doing better. I'm going to stay in better places. I'm going to get better meals. I'm going to hire my buddy to be my tour manager so that I have a friend. But it's like, even that, it's like, I don't have a home really for a year. It's like, I didn't see my friends. I didn't see my family. I couldn't have a real relationship. And you just kind of feel like you're floating in space.
Yeah.
You feel like you're just kind of like, oh, we're touching down. Or almost, not even space, but like you're on a cruise ship and you dock somewhere, but you live on the fucking ocean around nobody.
Yep.
And it was really weird. It was just like it just felt bad. I felt like I came out of it and I've time traveled, and it's like when I'm off this tour, everybody's life is 2 years ahead. And I still feel like the same guy from when I started.
Well, Chappelle said a long time ago, it's space travel. That's what happens. Everyone ages. You don't age.
Right,
you physically don't age.
Yeah.
So you come back and you're like, you ever see your friends from high school and you're like, what the fuck?
No, I remember when I went home and like actually visited with my brother and he's talking about having kids and I'm like, he's a fucking baby. What do you mean he's gonna have kids? And I'm like, and then you're like, he's a 32-year-old man.
You're in 6th grade.
Like, yeah. I literally was like, what do you mean you want to have kids? We're
not doing
that.
We're
but children, me and you. And it's like, and you see everybody you grew up with. Yeah, you're so right, dude. And it was like, so I don't know. That's part of it where it's like, just don't be isolated. Be a part of something. Have friends, be in a community, all that kind of shit. Stay grounded to people.
Now the next problem is you're in a community, but it's comedy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you're still doing it.
That doesn't fucking count.
I mean, that's what I mean. Like it kind of doesn't count because it's still.
It helps.
Not ambition.
It's better.
It's better than nothing, but it's still like. It's a little worky.
Well, I think some of the way I look at it is some of the people I want to be connected to happen to be comedians because they're my friends. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like there are people that I would see, but it's like Sam Morrill, one of my best friends.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd see each other occasionally doing spots, but even that, not so much. But like, that's different than let's get dinner and go to a fucking Knicks game. Like actually talk as human beings. You kind of almost have to not count that. You know what I mean? And it's like, but yeah, I felt crazy. I felt so isolated. I felt so sort of, and I had gone through, it was like so weird because you go through a breakup, the pandemic happens.
Yep.
You get on the road forever.
The Comedy Central thing.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get a half hour for Comedy Central. And I just felt like so weird. And then I've noticed it where it was like, I would feel so attached to people who just showed me like the smallest form of kindness, or like I would hook up with a girl and it was like we just hung out once before we had sex. Like we just like actually went on a date by accident.
Yeah.
Or like, you know,
family style, like 1970s film, where you go on one date.
Yeah,
and
right. I'm like, whoa,
unheard of.
This is a Victorian courting, right? And I'm like, oh man, just because I hung out with this girl 3 times, I'm like, maybe we love each other. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh no, I mean, this was fun, but obviously not. I'm going to treat you the way you treat most of the other people you hook up with, where you're a disposable fun time. And then I'm like, fucking, you know, heartbroken over nothing, or you embarrass yourself being like, I don't know, I think we got some here. She's like, no, we don't.
Yeah,
like,
that's funny, dude.
Yeah, that one was brutal.
Did you
had a couple of those?
Did you? Because you said, or I don't know if we were rolling, but you said the thing about making the list of your blocks. You were like, oh, these are my actual problems. So are you? But I feel like you did make a concerted effort, or like a decision of like, okay, this is not working.
Yeah,
I need to change things.
Yeah, I think so.
Do you specifically not schedule in shit, but like, because I'm starting to realize like I need to like plan. It's just like what's valuable
for sure.
Because the only thing that was valuable to me for most of my adult life was work success.
Fully. No, that's exactly it.
But I think we're trained. I don't know if it's Americans or fucking comedians or whatever.
Not to be fucking, you know, Bernie bro, but it's capitalism. 100%. It's like you're only worth what you can generate.
This guy's a fucking poli-sci major. Am I right?
But it is. It's like we're only worth like what the money we can bring in, and especially when you start. Especially when you grow up poor and then you go to an industry where you make nothing and you finally start making stuff, you do get a little addicted to, holy shit, my family could be, if I keep up this pace for 5 more years, my family could be good forever.
My family could be fighting about this money for decades.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my fucking spoiled nieces and nephews.
Suing each other, conservatorship.
But, yeah, and so yes, I have the effort. Kind of the effort was just to change the way I valued things, because I was like you, where it's like, unless I did something, today was a fucking wash.
Yeah.
But then I started being like, when I put my health forward, I was like, a day where I eat healthy if I eat all healthy meals and I work out, that's a success.
Yeah.
That's a success. Or a day off is a success. And I would start, and you know what I did? I didn't even plan working, and I just let it kind of be, it finds you. When you have to do stuff, you have to do stuff, right? Like we don't have the kinds of jobs where it's 9 to 5, but it's like, if somebody calls you and they're like, hey, you should really do this audition, like they actually are thinking about you, you work on that audition. You get some bullshit that you're like, even if I got this, do I want to go to fucking Ireland in the summer? No. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that. So you just don't do that kind of shit. And so I just the only thing I cared about was my health. And then I just like did work as it had to be done.
Yeah.
And it was a little hectic because it was still, I think in the future, I want to plan it out a little better, where I'm like, you know what? I should at least schedule it where it's like, I have X days where I'm going to be working, X days where I'm not doing shit. But yeah, it was just changing. And maybe what you really want to get to is not looking at days as win-loss propositions.
But
you know what I mean?
But if you're going to, because what you said about eating well and exercising. 2 weeks ago, I was directing something, and like I always like try to be nice. If I'm doing a show, I'll try to be like Stav, whatever. Like, not like, it's very hard, but I just it's so hard because I want to scream at them. But just like it's whatever. It's a thing that I haven't done enough, and I want to do more of. And I told my girlfriend, I was like, it was like my Mark Twain speech, but for being nice to people. Like a work thing that I liked, but about a totally different, a thing that's actually valuable, not some fucking speech on it. You know what I mean?
Course.
Like, but that's, if you're gonna, it's a good starter way to think of shit.
Yeah.
Like, yes, this was a crowd work clip of
yeah.
of eating
Yeah.
and exercising.
That arugula went viral. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
basically what you're ideally
100%.
that's what you should be able to do.
Hey, did you like that? Did you like that? Yeah, did you like it though? You want more? Don't want to work? Would rather watch videos of me grab assing with people? First of all, go up here to subscribe and then go up here to watch more clips. This is like when the weatherman says that there's a high pressure system coming in. I'm not really used to the green screen.